Is life a perception based on perspective, or is perspective based on perceptions?
Have you completely lost it?
No, wait, it's just perceptions.
Isn't life just like a box of paints, full of colorful people, events, and
Arey no, it's just black and white, like binary.
Dude, for people like us and all, there are only two options in life. It's engineering or medicine.
Bro, come on. There's a whole lot more to life than just that. You're just looking at it from the wrong perspective.
That's completely anti-national. How can you say that? I mean, how can you not be patriotic?
I don't believe in such ideas, to be honest. The notion of a country itself is just this perception that is implanted in our minds.
Children, life is just like a balance sheet. You must balance things out to give rise to that final statement, just as a balance sheet declares a final statement.
Has she gone mad?
No, dude. Think about it.
Perspectives. Life through perspectives and perceptions.
Episode 4. Keeping It Cool with RJK.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show. On today's episode, we talk about giving it 100% always, how I've been blocked by Radio Indigo, finding a way to look like the most prepared guy in the room when you actually aren't, and a whole lot more. My guest today is probably one of the most important people in the city from 7 to 12 in the morning. I was lucky enough to be mentored by him for a radio journalism program for about 4 classes. And through the program, we visited the station as well. And I was truly inspired to see the way he goes on about his work, how meticulous he is, and just how prepared he is. Today's guest is the host of 94.3 Radio 1's Good Morning Bangalore. My guest today is Karan Machado, or better known as RJK. So without further ado, I welcome on Karan.
What's up?
So let's just start off with this. How do you think you've gotten where you are today?
A combination of a couple of things: passion, hard work, belief in yourself, and also just luck. I had unconditional support, to be honest, and I was just lucky.
Okay. Most things that you do you say that you do it for yourself and no one else?
I genuinely like doing things for other people. That makes me happy. So it's weird that doing stuff for other people makes me happy, right? So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Though I wouldn't use the word selfish, but would you put your happiness over someone else's?
No, I would use the word selfish.
Oh, really? So would you say that you put your happiness over the people around you?
Like I said, I think it depends on the situation. Listen, if you want to make other people happy, you have to be happy yourself.
Yeah.
And no one's asking. I'm not saying that, you have to have all the money in the world, or you have to be doing the best stuff. And it's like simple things, like, for example, being a nice person makes me happy. Being a decent person at heart and with the right ethics makes me happy. And these are not rocket science things. They're basic stuff.
Yeah. Also, does that truly apply to your personal brand and how you put yourself out there on the show?
It's like a constant self-discovery sort of thing.
Okay.
Then you have to sit down and then chalk out what you want to represent and what you want your brand to be and stuff like that. I think people complicate it too much. People just forget the simple things in life. They really do. People want to be famous and change the world and invent the biggest things and roll in money, travel to the craziest of places. But at the end of the day, everyone's gonna die.
Wow, that's a fun way to put it.
It's the truth, though. Everyone's gonna die. Honestly, if I die tomorrow and if I'm remembered by 5 people dearly, I take that over being remembered faintly by 500 million people. I have a huge problem with when people say, I want to create an impact, because that just directly means that, I want to be an Instagram influencer, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I have a huge problem with that, because I'm just like,
you hate that word, you hate it.
Genuinely hate that word. I'm like, what is the point? Like, what are you trying to do? For some people, it's a livelihood, I get it. So if they want to make money off of social media, fantastic. good for you. Like, but dude, if you're 16 years old and you're looking to get 3,000 likes on the picture you just uploaded of yourself in a bathroom mirror, why? It's like of no point whatsoever.
True. I won't disagree with that.
Yeah.
That's the problem with our generation. The way
I think over time we've just become more impersonal rather than personal. It's a lack in people don't meet up and do stuff. Like, for example, even we're doing this over WhatsApp call because of technology.
Correct. Yeah.
The art of, hey, let's meet up for coffee and chat about absolutely anything. Like, no, I'm not chat about, I have a business proposal I want to put to you. I have this thing, but let's just meet up and have coffee. That art it's lost, and it's so sad because if you look at simpler times, it's the stuff that kept everybody else going, the simple personal relationships.
So, I mean, you also told us that you love to respond to almost every message that comes in, no matter what it is. So, I think that truly connects with what you're saying, that you just love to connect or just talk to people and interact. Would that make sense?
So, you're talking specifically with regards to the show?
No, I mean generally, because you seem like the person who just wants to get to know people better and understand them and sympathize.
Yeah, I mean, I like people.
Yeah.
I think that the art of keeping it simple is being diluted. So I'll take any chance to be personal and be normal with people. Even if it's just like, hey, I called you, just to say hi. That's okay. Because I get that a lot. You're like, was listening in, just wanted to drop in a message, say hi. And, most other people will be like, okay, hi, what do you want?
Yeah. Okay.
Some people just want to say hi, man. Like, and let's be honest, there are some people who don't intend it that way.
Yeah.
You don't, who have some people who have bad intentions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think the good will outweigh the bad every day.
I think you're one of the only jobs I can think of that would just be welcome to these billions of messages flooding and saying hi. I really can't think of any other station that would do.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's a huge, and when I say huge, I mean huge facade of particularly people are like, oh, you know what? I get millions of messages every single day. No, you don't. Not many as me. Not as many as me, for sure.
I mean, I usually text in radio stations, and most of the time I don't get a reply, and it's quite so.
I saw. I actually weirdly I saw your text that you sent last night. I think because you were awake listening to the whole playlist.
Oh my god! Unbelievable play.
Yeah, so I saw that message, but specifically when messages are not intended for me, I don't reply to them because that person might be trying to reach out to someone else. So I kind of let it go.
Definitely.
But specifically, if it comes in on my show, then yeah, for sure.
I mean, I do that a lot, and funnily, I've been blocked by Indigo.
Oh shit! Really?
I've been blocked.
That's just weird.
So about 4 years ago, I texted into Melody Austin's show, the afternoon show, and there was this huge, I don't know what it was exactly, but there was this sort of argument, and next thing I know, I was blocked, and I've been blocked ever since 4 years back. Yeah, I don't know. So I text into other stations as well, but it's just a funny story that I like to tell people that now Radio Indigo on WhatsApp is my reminder chat. If I ever need to remember something, I just text it into that group.
Oh, nice. You know what I'm gonna try and do? I'm gonna try. I didn't know you were blocked. Why are you blocked though?
There was an argument.
I'm gonna try and get you unblocked. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna promise, but I'm gonna try.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Couldn't tell us. Apart from being the first person into the studio and putting a smile on everyone's face in the morning, what does it bring to you personally to be the first one to go into the studios, to know that you're the one who we put talking to millions, if not thousands of people in Bangalore itself, and just adding something to their day? What does it do for you personally?
That what like a happiness, like a circle of sorts.
Yeah.
Like you make someone happy, then makes you happy in turn. Right?
Yeah.
So I had this mentor that told me something, and that's pretty much the reason that I love going in every single morning. he said that always remember that, when you're on the show in the morning, your middle of the day, like for example, it could be 9 o'clock, which is the middle of my show technically.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, your middle of the day is someone else's start of the day. And if you can affect their start of the day, imagine the potential that they have in that day to be amazing.
Wow.
So, without even realizing it, for example, when you put on a song on the radio, like someone's just switched on in their car and they're like, oh, that's a song I like. And they sing it to their way to office, and by default, they're in a good mood. And thereby, it's a domino effect, and then they just do really well through the day because they started their day off on a good note. Or, for example, an interaction in the morning, or they won something in the morning, or they just heard something that they liked, something thoughtful, provoking, which put a smile on their face. It's plain and simple as that. And then for the rest of the day, it's good for them. It's a pretty powerful thing if you look at it. Radio engagement in India is high, even in such a digital age.
Okay.
And it's increasing even really, really weirdly. Like, if you look at it, that number is just rising, and radio seems to be a resilient medium. So it's pretty good.
I mean, I never expected that because my friends look at me and they say, why the hell do you listen to the radio? I mean,
Yeah.
It's practically been on in my house since I was a child, and it's something that's always been on, but I feel it's also the fact that it's so powerful in the sense that it can do so much for a person, like you spoke about in the happiness. When it comes to the attention you get from radio, does it ever affect you? Does it,
No,
yeah?
it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Like, I don't care. Like, to be honest, I really don't. Someone once told me that it was actually the same mentor who said that you're only as good as your last show.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's very true, which is why you should do a fantastic show every time. And secondly, dude, people forget radio jocks. People forget anyone, not even on radio jocks, like people in the limelight. Even people who love Michael Jackson, for example. People who like grow up on a certain artist or like someone in the spotlight and things like that. And then you look back and you're like, a lot of times you forget that person.
Yeah.
They have a certain set of value to your life at one point in time, and that's great. But like, dude, everybody goes separate ways. Like, what I found really weird is when, for radio jocks at least, when someone is on, say, a particular radio station and they're doing a very prime time show there, and then they go to another station that does something different, right? For example, I think the best example would be like, what's his name? Sriram. Yeah, he was on Indigo doing the English music station, and then he jumped to a Bollywood station, which is
Night show.
which is Fever 104. And everyone was like, "Oh, why do you do that? Why?" Like this thing. And let's be honest, like Sriram, clearly he's an English music guy. I don't think people realize this person has a career just like you and I. He got a better money opportunity. He got his priority, like personally as a job, whatever he puts out there, he's got his own priorities. He's got a kid, he's got a wife to take care of. And if somebody offers you, whatever, 5-6 times your present salary, and the opportunity is good, the brand is bigger, but you'll be doing something different, why would you say no? It'll be so stupid.
Yeah. So the attention that you get as a jock, by people who recognize you, does it ever get to you like, oh, it's RJK, wow, so amazing? And do you ever feel that?
No, because I know it's like, it's not that big a deal, man. It's sweet. It's sweet that they think that, but it'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, it's not about leaving a. Genuinely feel that no one can leave a. Like, even your freaking Instagram cannot leave a lasting impact on someone for like a long-term basis. It's not possible. You change someone's life in a moment, and that's more than enough to change their trajectory. But they'll never know that you changed their life. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. We're all humans at the end of it.
I feel it circles back to your idea that short-lived happiness is what truly matters.
Yeah.
And living.
It's tough to plan long-term happiness, to be honest. It's very, very difficult. You might as well plan the short stuff.
True.
Yeah.
I said that how you worked your way to the top.
It's funny that you think I'm the top because I think I've barely begun, but okay, thanks.
To the top in the sense that you have a prime time slot in a metro city.
Sure. That's really, I don't feel that that's the top, but okay, great.
Okay, then what's the top for you? What is your goal, Archana?
Like I told you, constantly self-changing, self-discovery sort of thing. Like there isn't one place you can sit and be like, now I rule. No, it doesn't work like that. There is no such thing as a no. Like if anyone tells you that there is, it's a lie.
That feeds into your goal and your thought that self-satisfaction and also not getting too ahead of yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very much. Completely, yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah, definitely.
And do you think that's come from your childhood and how you've been brought up?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but also circumstances that have happened to me, sort of thing. So, like I told you, there's no secret formula to it. There really isn't. It's a combination of factors. Like if anyone tells you that this was the one turning point in my life where I became a superhuman being, it's not, it wasn't, Bob. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Like it's a combination of factors, but like listen, I'm one of the fortunate people. I've had a fantastic set of family and parents. Like I am so supremely lucky. Like if I look like how I'll be like, oh, I hate these people in my family. I hate this person. I hate that. I don't have that. I really don't.
Wow. Do you see everything that you've done as a learning and as an more than an opportunity? I mean, you also seem to be the person who take every opportunity and everything that comes your way. But in each opportunity, do you see a learning?
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely. I used to not always be like that. Like sometimes in, say for example, when I was just in college and stuff like that, where there was a point where I was into photography.
Yeah.
Where people were like, "Can you do a shoot for us? Can you do a portfolio for me?" And I was like, "Sure, but I'll do it for X amount of money."
Okay. Yeah.
Which was, looking back, it was such a wrong thing to do. I wish I just did it for free.
Yeah. Why do you say that today? Why do you say that?
I missed out on a learning opportunity, I feel. Like, it's not about, oh, my brand is worth XYZ. Dude, you're in college. Shut the hell up. Go ahead and learn. Like, even now, for example, like, basically, I was supposed to do an MCing gig for a certain company that I cannot name because it's a very big company.
All right.
But they were having their annual day. Where all the employees get together and like whatever, stuff like that. And, it's just like a nice little annual day. And like, they call the family and it's about a gathering of about 70 to 100 people. So they want me to MC that event. It's about 4 hours and they quoted X amount. And first I was like very like, oh no, this is like too less. And that's because at the same time, a week before that, I was doing another event for another big company. And my price for that event was 6x.
Okay, fine.
Right? So, I was like, dude, like if I'm getting paid that much for that, the same amount of time and stuff like that, sorry, that is my rate. Can't negotiate on that. But then at the end of the day, I went, it all boils down to the person, right, who asked. And so the guy who asked me was a listener.
Wow. Okay.
Right? He was a listener. He's like, dude, I really want you there and stuff like that. And I said, listen, okay, if you want me there, even though it's really not my rate, I will say yes for this one time, no problem. So I said yes. And then eventually they came back to me and they're like, oh, my boss picked somebody else.
What?
Right? Because he was getting it for even cheaper than that or something like that.
Oh my god.
So I said, yeah, but it's okay. It's not a big thing. Like, corporates are like that. But yeah, like this whole like quoting a price and I will come only for that price doesn't work, dude. You're not going to learn anything.
Yeah. Bringing it back, I say that it all comes down to you and what would benefit you personally, and having that personal touch is the most important thing.
Yeah, it really, really is. Yeah, absolutely.
And how much of a factor is it that you look at how it would benefit the people around you and the people you love?
I mean, let's be honest, sometimes you have to look at that sort of stuff. It's important. Yeah. You also have to look at you, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no, it depends on the circumstances. Right?
Whether it's you coming in on the morning show or you hosting an event, is there ever a time where you feel that you don't put in 100%, or is it the most important thing to you that you have to put in 100% to make it the best for you and the best for everyone around you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, if you're not putting in 100%, don't do it. Plain and simple.
Don't do it.
No worth it, dude.
So at the end of the day, it comes down to your choice and your decision, always. And so how do you even combat the idea of not living in the moment and being away from that comfort zone?
Right.
Because you seem to be the most well prepared person in the room, the most knowledgeable person.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's always great to assume that. It's always great to prepare, pretend like you are the most prepared in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, if you believe it yourself, you can trick everybody else. But if you don't believe that you're prepared, you won't be prepared, and everybody else won't believe you're prepared.
So, in the end, it's just come down to what you think and how you've pushed yourself to make it seem as if you believe in what you're doing. And that's the only thing that's mattered to you. Is that fair to conclude with or to summarize?
That's it's like a super gray area. But like, listen, I believe that you shouldn't do something if you're not giving your 100%, number one. So if you're doing something, like you will prepare for it. If you're doing something like, for example, how you prepared for this podcast, it's because you like doing it, right? And you understand, things like that. But however, if you don't feel it, don't do it. Plain and simple. Like, and that's happened in the past. Like, I will not go and like go into a situation and be like, let's just see where this goes. I have done that like for shows and stuff like that. And there are certain shows where that could work out, but you still have a basic framework to fall back on always.
So, on that note, we do come to the end of this episode. It's been quite fun and quite interesting to say the least. So, I'd just like to say thank you to RJK/Karan. Thank you for doing this. Really, it means the world to me for you to do this. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, man. And honestly, like, happy to do it because I do think that, with the passion that you have, you're very destined for wonderful and great things. And this is only the beginning. Yeah, happy to have, I'm happy to be part of your journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Until next time, goodbye.